Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 145 of Comic Book Queer's Legacy. My name is Brett, and let me just check this final box. This is my co-host, EvilJeff. Done! Hi, Evil. Let's begin the show.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. I'm oh, no, check that box. I'm great. I'm really great. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, it's great. We have a lot to talk about today, but first, ow, hold this, ow. Cue the music.
What are you gonna hear?
Hot topics. Yay, ooh, so hot, I couldn't hold it.
Ooh.
EvilJeff, how did I feel about Comic-Con at home? Do you remember?
You hated it. As someone who plans things like that, you felt they did a piss poor job.
There was no cohesive, clean experience. DC Fandome, on the other hand,
they had their shit together.
It was what I was looking for. And while I'm at it, the Democratic National Convention, by the way, also was an airtight virtual event.
Yes, right?
Which is no easy feat. Amazing.
I'm kind of excited to see what a train... Did you see the list of speakers for the RNC convention?
Yes.
Tiffany Trump. I am going to dub
half
over...
the speakers.
I'm going to dub over this Tiffany Trump video.
Jizz her. Yes. Oh, God, please. It's just going to be like so much... It's going to work, but it'll be so much fear-mongering. Here's the thing. There is no way that they're going to have the crack crew that the Democrats had. I am waiting for the major technical glitch at the RNC that never happened at the DNC. I'm waiting for a ton of them.
Yeah. These are the things I'm looking for the RNC. You know that when like the digital aberrations happen where it looks like people are disintegrating and melting?
Yes.
And like with weird freeze frames, I want that to happen with all of them. And then I also want a hot mic scandal moment.
Oh, yeah. And I also want like just incessant you're on mute moments, like can't hear you moments.
Oh my God. For like half of a speech, it's just them moving their mouth and you don't hear anything.
And if they have a bad glitchy event, then that's just such fodder for the argument.
Especially it's like,
they can't even do this right.
They can't even do a convention and you want them to help the country.
Because I heard that a lot of it, or most of it, was supposed to be pre-recorded, and I heard that Trump is making them pivot, and he wants it to be live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
As somebody who works on these kind of events, that is DEFCON 5 nightmare. Yeah, that happening.
Plus, that's the thing is they had the brilliance of like having like of the DNC had like Julia Louis-Dreyfus and stuff like the people hosting it. Who the fuck are they going to get? Kid Rock. Like who's going to MC this shit? That's not going to be gross.
The thing that works so well about it is when you looked at the old conventions, we were the secondary audience. We were watching people watch a thing. But this was direct to us.
Wait, when did Clint Eastwood do that talk to a chair thing?
Yeah, what was that?
Was that the 2016 one or was that before that?
I think it was before. It might have been 12.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
Anyway.
But anyway.
Fandome.
Yes. DC Fandome.
Fandome.
It was the experience, like it had a consistent theme and it had a streamlined viewing experience and it had ancillary things that just felt connected to the main viewing experience. I thought it was really well done.
Now, here's
I saw.
Can we bring up, though, the fact that it's like... was everything related to games and movies? Was there anything with TV? Or was there anything with comics? Because as we know, the comics had a bit of a bloodbath.
I don't think there was much with comics. I can call up the schedule and look, but I saw nothing that had to do with true print. Well, there was a Sandman panel.
But isn't that becoming a show?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was a Jim Lee portfolio review. But it was mostly, it was 80% TV, games, and movies.
Huh. Interesting.
They had like a real life heroes thing. But yeah, no, it's I have to think that DC is being like, you know what? We have these properties. We're just not going to use them as much in comic books anymore. We're going to focus bringing these things to life in other medium.
Well, I would say on the same side with Marvel, I think everything could be streamlined down. I think there's a lot of books where you're like, no one cares about this one. And maybe that's me being jaded and bitter or whatever. But there's a lot of comics where I'm like, no. You can get like, I think Marvel and DC, you could easily slash half of those comics and you'd still be happy with what's coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, if they were like, you're right, we're going to slash half the X-Men releases coming out, then I'd be like, no! But there were some amazing trailers and some not so good trailers that came out. Should we talk about things that let's talk about something, we'll each talk about something that we really liked, and then we'll each talk about something that we did not. Was there anything you didn't like?
Oh, yes.
Because there was something I really didn't like, and I didn't...
Yeah, it's probably the same thing.
I didn't think I wouldn't not like it, but I didn't like it. Did that make any sense? Okay.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I think I know where you're going.
Okay, so let's talk about something that was fun. Something that was unexpected for me that I thought was fun was the Suicide Squad game trailer.
Yes.
It took me a hot second where I was like, is that the real...
Is this a movie?
Is that the real Harley Quinn? It was so well done. It had the characters down to a T. And the fact that in this, it's the Suicide Squad. The bad guy is an evil Superman. What? That's so much fun.
It's so fun.
I was like I would go see a movie of, like, if this was a movie, I would be in line in 2022 when I would feel safe to go to a movie again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, side note real quick, I can say I am in mourning because next week New Mutants is coming out to the movies, and it's not playing in any drive-ins, and that's the only way I feel safe going to the movies. So I'm like, I'm disheartened, Brett.
Are any theaters open in LA?
AMC.
Get out.
Yeah, AMC's, I think it's opened everywhere.
Yeah, not here. Not in New York. New York's like, nope.
But that's people. I'm just like, I'm not going inside a goddamn cough box.
No.
But that's so, I don't understand. We have drive-in theaters. Like, if you were releasing this amazing movie, play it at a goddamn drive-in theater.
I don't think this movie's amazing.
All right.
I think it's going to suck.
New Mutants?
Yes.
All right, fine.
Although I did see fucking Lockheed. Thank you.
All right.
Like Lockheed.
Anyway, what did you think of Suicide Squad game?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I loved the characterization. I loved the character work, the camaraderie. Didn't get to see any gameplay, but that's okay. It was just fun.
Yeah.
It was unexpected. Did it look like Captain Boomerang had super speed? He would follow his boomerangs with like blue lightning trails behind him.
Yeah, that kind of looked like that.
It was cool. It was cool. Yeah, I thought it was great. And you know what? The thing that I was impressed by was the other big game trailer, which was Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. That looks fun.
The fourth in that series, I believe.
Was it Red Hood?
Red Hood.
Robin, Nightwing.
Red Robin, Tim Drake Robin, Dick Grayson. Yeah, it's Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Dick Grayson, and Barbara Gordon.
Doing some bat shit.
Doing some bat shit.
Batman
and it looks like
dies.
Because Batman dies, and I mean, the twist is that he's not dead, right?
Probably.
It's Batman. Yeah. He's not dead. It looks dope, though. It looks like at some point Batgirl gets a serious costume upgrade. Like she starts off, just kind of her more casual iterations. And then it looks like later on she gets a full like cowl, like a Batman cowl.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that got me excited the most. But it got me really excited.
What is the bad guy? Scarecrow? Who was that?
The Court of Owls.
The Court of Owls. And, what is that?
Oh, yeah. They were in Gotham, the TV series, too. They were, I believe they're, oh, God, I'm going to butcher this. I think they were one of Tom King's. Anyway, no, Scott Snyder's. The Court of Owls, it's a pretty recent,
okay.
I think in the past decade, addition to Gotham lore.
But it's not one bad specific, like one particular bad
they have like a warrior that they showed at the end. The Court of Owls, I believe, has this Talon who is like their assassin kind of, Batman analog.
Talon because they're the Court of Owls.
Yeah, so they're like the rich people that have secretly run Gotham. All this time.
They're like the QAnon conspiracy come to life.
Yeah, exactly.
Are they all
Secret
pedophiles
society.
too?
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
That just goes hand in hand, right?
Yeah. How about something you hated?
Something I hated
or did not like.
Something I did not like was the trailer for what's going to be a 4-part, 4-hour miniseries on HBO Max, The Snyder Cut, Justice League, which they have to invent because, the Snyder Cut doesn't exist. So they're doing it now per his vision. And it kind of looks like the same movie, but just a lot longer and with a lot more shitty graphics in it. I cite Darkseid. Looks like, what's that video game? Gods of War? Looks like something out of that. Looks like a early 80s Clash of the Titan villain.
Did they do any reshoots?
Oh, I think they're shooting. I don't think, I think they're actually generating this content, a lot of it for the first time.
Okay. Because it looked like Henry Cavill had like normal face, like not CGI, get rid of his mustache face.
Yeah, no, I think they definitely reshot. Although those might have been for Whedon's reshoots, the mustache.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that's why I didn't see it. So that's why I'm wondering if there was anything reshot recently. But anyway.
Oh, there absolutely is. But also he would have, if it was all original footage, he wouldn't have the mustache.
That's true. But I guess that's the thing is I was trying to remember, like, did I see this before? Have I seen this footage before? Or are they showing new footage that I haven't seen before?
Yeah, it's new.
Which I don't know. I saw that movie in the Chinese theater in Hollywood, right? Where all the handprints are. It was awful. It was awful. And but
that's what
people are like. Oh, that's all Joss
Whedon.
This, but I still think. But that's the thing is, Joss Whedon might be an asshole and a dickhead, but he's still a better writer and director than Zack Snyder. So just because he's an asshole, being like, "Oh, here's like what the nice person did," that doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Well, after all the fanboys left the theater, that's when #release the Snyder Cut happened, because they were like, they brought in Joss Whedon and for gay Marvel and he ruined the whole thing. We want to see the original vision of what Zack Snyder did. And it's like, okay, well, they have to hurry up and make that. And exactly. Like you asked
Plus,
for it.
Plus, it's hard now. And now that, what's his name? The gay guy. What's or he's not gay. He's, what is he? Gender fluid?
Oh, Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller's been canceled as well, so they can't really have him.
He was on the panel.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was canceled.
What is he doing here? It was like when they showed Hunter Biden at the DNC. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing?
But yeah, weren't you canceled? I was trying to read into
knows?
the stuff.
He's nuts.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. He's been canceled, I think, because there's footage where it looks like he's beating up a woman. Or choked a woman, but he's saying it's not him. Is it him? Is there proof that it's him? Because I think he's saying that it's not him. I don't know.
Have you seen it? I've seen it. I think it's absolutely
so
him.
It is him. Okay, no, I haven't seen the footage. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think once you choke a woman, yeah.
She goes. What happens is, she's a fan and she sees him in a toy store or some sort of, I think it's a toy store, some sort of store. And she was being cute, and like her cute way and her nervous way of approaching this celebrity who she sees and is into is to like put up her dukes and play like fight, like just like kind of like footwork over to him, like, come on, put him up. And he's like, oh, you want to fight? And he just grabs her throat and kind of not gently, not roughly, somewhere in the middle, like pulls her down and around and pushes her down onto the floor, like all by the throat. And you hear like one of her friends, like a guy friend of hers, be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's weird.
Oh, weird. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the whole Fantastic Beast is like plagued with problematic people. Here's a panel with Ezra Miller, Johnny Depp, and J.K. Rowling. Ooh.
Oh, no, thank you. And next to them, the couple who held the guns at the St. Louis protesters. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, they're the normal ones.
They're here to nice it up.
I did not like that either, but that wasn't the one that bothered me the most.
I'm so surprised by what you're going to say because I was lukewarm about it, but talk to me about how you hated the Batman.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about fucking Wonder Woman.
Wow. I felt it was so inoffensive.
No, okay, did you not see this bad CGI? The CGI?
The so bad.
The cheetah? Kristen Wiig's cheetah. Like, the Gotham Knights characters.
The Gotham Knights looked better.
More realistic. And that is a fucking video game than whatever Wonder Woman was attempting to fight. Like, I was like, what is this malarkey? It was garbage. And there was other shots where Wonder Woman has there were just other effects happening. Like even, I guess, I don't know, her lassoing throughout the lightning.
The lightning?
That doesn't make any sense. You can't. I guess for me, I'm like,
look,
how do you lasso lightning?
It's badass
how
as hell.
How do you lasso lightning?
How do you lasso? Do you know the timing you would need? Like, she can't fight Kristen Wiig, but she can lasso lightning. I'm like, what?
Yeah, there was and I think it's the reason I hated it so much is because I was like, the first trailer looked amazing. And I think what also just bothered me is it doesn't look like Kristen Wiig is going to be funny in this. Like, it's like, no, this is her serious turn. And it just doesn't work. Did you see the movie Mother? With Jennifer Lawrence?
No. Oh, no. Darren Aronofsky,
Aronofsky's Mother. You haven't? I would say...
No, because I know it's about, like, Mother Earth, and I'm like, okay.
No, it's all the Bible. It's all Bible, and it's the whole Bible story. From Genesis to the end.
He said it's about Mother Earth.
Well, Jennifer Lawrence is Mother Earth, but then what's his name? The guy in it is God.
Oh.
And so the whole story is like, it starts with like Adam and Eve, and it moves all the way up through Jesus.
Oh God. Oh, I hate it now.
But yeah. And so she's pregnant throughout the whole movie, but you don't realize she's pregnant with Jesus. And then they rip apart and eat the baby at the end, which is just like, I don't need to see that. I don't need to see a baby being ripped apart right in front of my face. But I don't like that. Kristen Wiig is in it, and there's some roles where you're like, I can't take you seriously in this movie. Yeah. I've seen you do Bridesmaids. I can't see you in this movie. And I don't know, for her trying to be like a serious villain, especially like the villain being like, you're awesome, Wonder Woman, but I was never awesome. So now I'm going to be super awesome. I'm going to be a cheetah. Nah. Like, I don't know. I want more of a motivation than just sour grapes.
People like you have everything and people like me have nothing. Like, what?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Anyway, but whatever. I mean, I'll still fucking watch it.
Sure.
But that one bothered me. But what didn't bother me, who could be in the running for my favorite Batman.
Pattinson?
That Batman movie looks pretty fucking good.
Oh, I think it looks good. My only thing is I'm like, meh, it's Batman. Like, I think we have done Batman it's like how many more ways can we make this chicken? I know you put cheese sauce on it this time, but it's still chicken. Yeah. That's how I feel about Batman.
Yeah. But it's also like Batman's like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's good.
Exactly. Like, luckily, I love Batman.
But that's not true because the Ben Affleck ones were so bad that now it's it's almost like we need a palate cleanser. So I'm just like, I want a good Batman. Like, I either want no more Batman or just give me something so that I can. It's kind of like how I was okay with another Spider-Man reboot because the Andrew Garfield ones were so bad. Like, I was like, let's scrap those from our memory and start over.
Do over. Yeah. Yeah, and I think Pattinson looks great. in the suit and as Bruce.
And I
he's
think
so
he
hot,
has
and
the
I love
voice
him so
down
much.
right.
Yeah. And he's so weird.
Because I will say,
and affected.
Yeah, he looks really gothy depressed, which is like, I like that take of like, I never got over it. I never got over my parents are dead.
He's
like,
just so sad.
I kind of love that. And I hated Christian Bale's performance of it. I love those movies, but his voice, like it was so affected. I hated it. Who was your favorite before Pattinson? Who was your favorite Batman?
Michael Keaton.
Yes. Do you think that's just, is he really, or is that just because we're ingrained because we were children and that's the first one we saw?
It's probably some of that. But I think most people would agree that he was the best Batman.
Yeah.
Except those dickheads that are like, Kevin Conroy. Like, we know.
Who?
We see you. The animated series.
You can't count that.
I know, but people are always
that's
like,
that's like saying Luke Skywalker is the best Joker.
Kevin Conroy's a gay man.
Well, there's...
Listen, it looks great. The Riddler narration... I'm assuming that was Paul Dano's Riddler narrating. Creepy.
Yeah.
Liked it. Creepy.
I will say it's suffering from the too many villain things.
Yeah, they're all in it.
Do we need the Penguin and Catwoman and the Riddler?
Oh my God, though. Did you see Penguin? Did you? It's Colin Farrell. He's unrecognizable.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of... prosthetics,
but not cartoonish prosthetics. Like he just looks like a different person.
Yeah.
They cut to him at one point in the trailer, and you're like, if you pause it, you're like, how the fuck is that Colin Farrell? It's not like Danny DeVito Penguin looking. He looks like a fat guy with a big nose.
Yeah.
And then of course Zoe looks great.
Yeah.
Love her costume.
Hers, it just looked like a beanie.
Yeah, with little ears poking out.
It was almost like those pussy hats.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
She should have just had a pussy hat. That would have been like a pink pussy hat.
Pink, yeah. Jeffrey Wright as Gordon looks great.
Yes, he's always great.
And here's what I'm responding to. Here's what I'm responding to. The Netflix Daredevil of it all. Right? Didn't it feel a little bit
like Netflix Daredevil?
It felt a little bit like Netflix Daredevil to me.
Okay,
and I liked that.
I'll go with that.
And I liked it.
Can I just say,
I liked it.
Who would have thought that those abortion of those Twilight movies, which are awful, would produce Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, and Anna Kendrick, who are all now doing like really cool, great stuff.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that
Kristen Stewart's never been better than she's been lately.
But even just like she kind of took the route where she's like, oh, I'm going to star in these movies with this French director. I'm going to do like she really, and then same thing with Robert Pattinson. They really know how to choose their roles.
He's made some great, I just watched, and by great, I mean intense, The Lighthouse. Have you seen it?
I want to. Is that good? I heard people were like, it's too artsy, but I'm like, I like some of that shit.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, I mean, I loved it. Good Time?
Yeah, everyone. I haven't seen that, but everyone says he's amazing in that.
He's amazing. I love him. And what was the other one on the spaceship? High Life.
Yeah.
High Life, where he's raising the daughter. And these are all weird, good movies. Our pets.
I'm happy.
And seriously, when I saw him as Cedric in Harry Potter, I was like, who is that?
Yes. Do you know how old he was when he shot that?
How old?
17.
I was just like, he's got the face of a model. And in a few years, I will be attracted to him.
It is the weird thing watching. I recently watched all the Harry Potters through. Don't judge me. Yes, J.K. Rowling is problematic.
Ew, you're a TERF.
I am not a TERF. I disagree with all of that. But it is weird seeing Ron Weasley as this child, and you're like, child, and there is this moment where you're like, but by the end of the movies, you're like, you're full on hot. But then it's like you feel creepy because you remember what he looked like when he was just like a little child. So then you like just feel like a creepy asshole.
Ron Weasley, you said Neville Longbottom wrong.
Neville Longbottom. That I will say, Neville Longbottom. Yeah, that's an insane transformation from the last movie to the first movie.
Insane.
You're just like, huh? Yeah.
J.K. Rowling's a stupid fucking bitch. She's a stupid bitch.
That's the thing though, it's the thing that's scary about her is I've talked to people where they're like, she didn't say anything that bad. I'm like, no, the reason it's that bad is because she's using terminology to make you think what she's using all the correct PC terminology to say trans people shouldn't have hormones and shouldn't be allowed to use the bathroom they want. But she's saying it all the right PC way where you almost think she's on your side.
Yes, it's
But then it's like, if you actually read what she's saying you should not have any rights.
Monstrosity done with grace.
Yes, it's very tricky. Anyway, is there any other trailers?
No, I think that was it, at least that were on my radar.
Well, I think we should get a little freaky right now.
Ooh, what you want?
I want your ex, Brett. Hit it.
I want your ex.
Come on.
X is natural. X is good. Not everybody does it.
Everybody does it, but everybody should. Read X-Men.
Okay, X-Men.
Oh, so should we do our least to most, or what do you want? There's 4 books. There's 4 books.
Okay. Go. What is least? I'm sure we're just on.
Let's start with Wolverine number 4.
Oh, that was your least favorite. Was it? Wait, was X-Men Empyre that ended? That wasn't this week. That was last week.
Yes. Cable, Wolverine, X-Men Empyre, and Excalibur are our 4 books.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll put Wolverine.
Harshly disagree on Empyre? Because it's my favorite.
Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I think for me, it's kind of one of those, just because you stuck the landing, I still have the bad taste of the other previous issues.
Let's do Empyre now.
Okay.
Yes. So this was a beautiful issue. Let's just say that first.
Yes, and I do love that it was written, like the whole idea of having a resurrected mutant meet the zombie version of himself was kind of brilliant.
And to devote 6 pages, 12 pages of conversation to it.
Yes,
was great.
Yes. But that being said, other than that, the whole battle was so like, meh. Because then you found out that the Scarlet Witch and them had already planned the solution to it. So the whole entire battle meant nothing, which is funny. But then you're like, why'd you make me read this? So I guess I was just kind of like, whatever. And I will have to say, what was the line Ileana said when she turned back to normal? Oh, she was like, I regret nothing.
I regret nothing. And then before that, she goes, whoa, had a little moment there.
That was pretty epic.
Hickman writes a great Ileana Rasputin.
Yeah.
Great. Best ever. And that, I think the reason for the strength of this issue was that it was written only by Hickman, not by a group of our talented stable of writers. Here's why I like, here's why this ending, this dismount, like basically, I think to me, retroactively created value. If this is so weird, but this is how I feel. If this were a piece of music, it would be so crazy and cool. I would love it. Just the story, like how it just got so chaotic at the end, and then boof, we have this like grounded, silent kind of end issue. Yeah. With the craziness happening in the background. Mm-hmm. That was really, I kind of forgive the chaos of issue 3 because of the piece of issue 4.
I almost feel like I almost feel like we didn't need issue 2 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could have just been issue 1 and 4.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah. Anyway, this issue is fantastic. And Explodey Boy is one of my new faves.
Was is he the one?
Worst X-Man ever.
Wait, what do you mean? Is he the one with what's his name that died with North Star? Because that was an exploding character.
I don't know who you mean.
It was the one. This was the run when North Star. I read it recently because I read it when we were reading the North Star icons, and it was the issue where North Star admitted that he had a crush on Iceman. But he admits it because he's in the hospital after trying to save a mutant whose powers developed, and he just kept exploding over and over again.
Oh, it feels like. So I don't know, but it feels like to me that Explodey Boy
Well, I guess he was on
can
Genosha.
only explode once.
And then he dies?
Yeah.
Wait,
which brings me to that series Worst X-Man Ever about the kid.
But then didn't that series take place after the Genosha genocide?
I've read online that series did not take place in the 616, which may be stretching. But I've read people asking, is this 616 Bailey from... Because
this would have to be a character that appeared before Grant Morrison's run, I feel. If it's 616.
Oh, if he's on Genosha.
If he died in the massacre on Genosha, then it would have to be a character from before that, which is why I'm thinking it's that other exploding boy. But who knows?
Yeah, maybe, interesting.
I don't know.
Well, he's great. I love him.
Do you know, listeners? Write in.
Do you? We're pointing at you.
Anyway, let's move on to then. You said Wolverine.
Wolverine.
I hate Omega Red.
I hate Omega Red. I do love Logan, though.
And I also, the one thing is, I just found it, as someone who's like a master tracker hunter, Logan was really off his game.
Yeah, was he poisoned, though, or something? What was the whole thing about him feeling not right?
Yeah, I think that
Wolverine goes to a bar.
They poisoned him because all of those people were together to get back at him.
Oh, yeah.
Because they all killed someone. Although, who was the guy eating flies? Who was that again?
He was in some sanatorium.
Okay.
Was that a reference to something?
I don't know, but then it was like, how did he get there? How did they know, like, hey, come to Alaska, you had a beef with Logan? Like, how did all these people meet each other and know each other?
Yeah, the guy said, he's like, I just went online and, there's so many people you pissed off. There's some nearby. It's that data page of like, hey, did a mutant hurt you?
Oh, yeah. That seemed a bit of a stretch for how far out of the way
a little bit.
The thing was. And then
it's so desolate, right? Yeah.
Here, let's introduce all these characters, and now they're all dead.
Dracula. And now Dracula.
And I just don't care about Dracula. I hate Dracula. Dracula is the least interesting vampire.
They've made so many movies about Dracula.
Have you watched the one? Is Castlevania about Dracula? The cartoon?
I think so.
I couldn't get through that either.
Yeah, me neither.
I just don't care about Dracula. What is it about Dracula that I hate, Brett?
What's the deal with Dracula?
What's the deal with Dracula?
I do love the Keanu Reeves, Gary Oldman Dracula.
Oh, well, with Winona Ryder? Ugh.
Yes. With Winona Ryder.
Where her and Keanu Reeves actually got married. I watched they were just recently in a movie together, and in it she was like, we're really married. And he's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, no, in that marriage scene, that was a real priest, so we're technically married. And he's like, bitch, you're crazy.
I've heard about that, yeah. Oh, jeez.
I love Keanu Reeves.
Dunwich Sanatorium, where he said he recognized that guy who ate flies from, is from a Wolverine Weapon X storyline.
Anyway, yeah, it was pointless. It was stupid. It's leading to Dracula, and I don't care.
I don't care.
I want Wolverine to be about his budding relationship with Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Yes. Budding.
Well, by Rosebud, his butthole.
Oh, gross.
I was talking about his anus. All right. I have nothing else to say about that dumb book. So next is Cable or Excalibur?
Cable.
Okay. Cable. Cabal.
Cable.
C'est de Cable.
Again, hilarious book. Jerry Duggan is so funny.
Yeah. I kind of want there to be, and they had this happen before, but I kind of want the Cuckoos to do a psychic break with each other. I think that, don't you think that would be like a really fascinating like plot point? I would think it would be funny if the five of them dating Cable led to them all getting jealous and angry, and they all made a psychic break and decide to live as individuals, and slowly over time they all kind of start developing different personalities.
Ooh, and different powers.
Yeah. I think that would be really cool.
I think it'd be cool. Emma would freak out.
Yeah.
Emma is so funny when it comes to these girls in this book.
Yeah, just the line where it's like, hey, Mom, where did they bury the old gross Cable? Esme. What is this boy up to? Do I need to come get you?
Do I need to come get you? She said it quieter. She said it quieter as if you could hear. So this book is fun. This is Cable and Esme dealing with these space knights, kind of fighting over this sword. And then they have to go dig up old Cable's body because the space knights want a time machine. Yep, to go save their planet. And when they go to the grave where Cable is buried, his body's been dug up, and it's been dug up by none other than the King of Staten Island himself, Deadpool.
Enter fun old classic Deadpool.
Deadpool's great. He goes real well in this book.
Yeah, well, I also just like it because people forget that the first real duo team that Deadpool had was with Cable. Him and Cable are, and granted, the last movie had him and Cable together, but I think the comics haven't really had Cable and Deadpool together for a bit.
For a while.
Or was Cable in Uncanny Avengers? I think he was for a bit, wasn't he? Yeah, I think he was for a bit. Yeah. Anyway,
but the relationship's it's all well and good. It's very much alive.
But I love that he hates the young Cable because he's just like, you fucking murdered my friend, which was you.
He's like, but you tried to kill him like a month prior to that. And you did a shitty job, so then I had to step in, and Deadpool's like, oh, yes.
And I don't know why I love this part, but then he's just like, which one are you to the cuckoo? And then she just rolls her eyes and goes, Esme. Like,
which one are you, Bumma, Colleen?
And it turns out he turned Cable into a pool table.
Yeah, he has Cable's body underneath a glass pool table.
And but then we also find out that Cable wrote to him of that he's the one that he would have to take his body if he ever died.
So he did.
So you find out that Deadpool wasn't just being a dick; he was actually doing something for his friend. Oh,
it was a promise made, fulfilling a promise. So that's adorable. They are best friends, and then we cut to this weird cult, this Order of X that worship mutants.
But is this the one where the mutants? Isn't there one where they eat mutants?
What?
What was the one? It was no, that was in what was the one where they felt if they could eat a mutant?
What?
What? And it was and I
That is gross.
No. Wait. It was Quentin Quire. Remember when Quentin Quire was like...
Yeah, in X-Force.
And he was like, oh, they worship us. And it's like, no, this was...
they're cannibals.
They're cannibals. Is this the same sect or is this a different sect?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
So that's when they saw that little girl. I was like, are they going to eat her? Are they going to eat the baby?
They might. Maybe they might actually. Maybe this is the same.
Don't eat the baby.
Could you please pass the baby? Gross.
Could you please pass the jelly? I love that commercial. Oh, and most people didn't understand that, but if you did, it means you're old, and we love you.
Please pass the all fruit. So this baby is Stinger and Paulie Provenzano's baby.
Yes.
Oh, God. I like this book.
It's fun. Now let's get...
Tell you,
oh, do something else?
Tell you another book.
Oh.
Tell you another book.
Excalibur.
I like this book, too.
Yes. Excalibur.
I like it, the book.
Excalibur.
Excalibur. I love Marcus Toe and his fancy pencils.
I like that it brings back Jubilee being like a little bitch.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like, oh, she's just like, she needs to fucking calm down.
So it's like...
Because she just realized that she's a horrible mother that brought her baby to a war.
yeah, got him shot.
Yeah, I'm going to have my infant fight in a war, in a celestial war. You're a bad mom.
Jubilee's a bad mom. In her defense, she did adopt.
What does that mean? What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
Are you just saying if you adopt someone, you're a bad parent?
Controversial.
And we're canceled.
Oh, that's terrible. So the Green Witches are who found Shogo the Dragon shot down and imprisoned Jubilee, who is freaking out. They are somewhat affiliated with the White Witches. Like they both work for Opal Saturnine, but the White Witches are like, we are loyal and we don't think you, we just do whatever you tell us to do. And the Green Witches are like, we think y'all. And like, we know we're on the same side, but like, don't tell us what to do.
Well, they're kind of like, it's kind of like we believe in the ideas and not the leader.
The intent.
Where the White Witches are like, no, we believe the leader above all else.
So basically the Green Witches are Democrats and the White Witches are Republicans.
Exactly. And so there's still this battle going on. They really need to get a gate going. They need a gate going on in the Citadel. And it's all like Apocalypse has some dark ulterior motive. And I'm assuming do you think this is directly leaning into a Ten of Swords?
Yeah. I absolutely do.
I feel like this is
Swords.
leading into a Ten of Swords thing where he has some dastardly plan, but they're all just kind of going along with it. And which I find it weird that Betsy's not questioning any of this. But that's not the most exciting thing. Do you know what the most exciting thing for me in this book is? Can you guess?
The last few pages.
With what you're talking about with Rogue?
Yeah.
I do love that, but before that.
Oh, it is 1000% Opal Saturnine. I don't know.
It's the sexual tension between Richter and Apocalypse.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cut it with a knife.
Oh, yeah.
And I am here for it. What the fuck is... Like, there is something going on between the two of them. And I think it's weird, but I like it.
I like it. Richter's like, he has really big muscles.
Yeah.
And we get it, girl.
Do you think... You know that weird vein thing in his jaw? Do you think he has that on his dick, too?
Yeah, Apocalypse? Definitely. But it makes his dick... get rock hard.
Yeah. I still just like, and that's like, an Apocalypse just loves that he's like connected to the earth. Like
he's probably so the whole lore of Apocalypse and the Twilight Sword, you know, that was all in House of X and it was in X-Men, and it's about Krakoa and Arakko and that whole mythology and how Apocalypse had to split the island and his 4 horsemen had to stay in hell or limbo, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So if this is about two, basically, and I know like Arakko and Krakoa already kind of merged.
But you think Richter's probably going to...
Richter is needed.
Like, needed to bring the islands to full unison.
Yeah, right? Like Apocalypse is using Richter for his power. And he's getting Richter more like,
and
Richter
I'm fine
can
with that.
control the earth.
Only as long as he also uses him for his body. Body yaddy yaddy.
Nice body, yaddy yaddy. I love Opal and Psylocke. Psylocke being like, "What's your fucking problem, bitch? I am Captain Britain. You're supposed to love Captain Britain." She's like, "Well, I don't, because you're a woman." And she's like, "Well,
I
you're
liked
a
your
fucking
brother.
woman too."
Yeah. Well, it's just she's
brother.
just like, you don't get what's going on. I am a straight woman, and I fuck the Captain Britain, so I don't like you as Captain Britain.
And Betsy's like, "Well, I'm a bisexual woman, so if you want to fuck, I will."
Yeah. She was like, fine, you just lost out because I eat a pussy great, dummy.
But then these last few pages of Rogue and Gambit, where Rogue lets Gambit
Instigates
steal.
it. She instigated. She's like, hey, you want to
I love
steal
it.
some shit? Like it's
They're
like
such a couple.
They are. She's just like, oh, my honey loves to steal shit. Hey,
love
let's go
them.
steal some shit. No one's looking. But it looks like they steal.
Kandra's soul.
Yeah,
right?
but that's what was that? Where so they pulled her soul. The external. They pulled
The
her-
externals.
But he pulled. Was that part of a previous run? That whole.
I was wondering
gem
that too.
thing?
My externals knowledge is real loose.
Yeah,
at best.
me too. So I was just curious of like, was this all new, or has this been talked about in a previous run?
I don't know.
Because Teeny's good
Listener,
at bringing
do
back.
you?
She's good at bringing back like old run stuff.
Teeny. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Teeny.
It's fun.
I like that he found a pack of cards.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be
fun.
special
Kandra
cards
cards.
somehow.
Kandrid. They're Kandra cards.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
But I feel like they're
it's
going
the
to
Kandra cabinet.
I feel like they're going to do something when he tries to blow something up. It's going to do something extra.
Oh, hell yeah. It's going to like put Rogue in a coma. I love that.
Rogue in a coma. Oh no. Oh no.
I love Gambit saying things like, "You know I'm a sucker for pretty thing." I love Gambit.
Oh, well, that was a lot of X-Men.
Fun.
But did we see more? No, because we're not.
No, we're not doing that anymore.
Not doing that anymore.
Yay.
So now we have. Let's get to our TV and movie section with our brand new theme song. Hit it.
Someone who'll watch superhero sci-fi stuff with me.
All right. So we watched a movie, did we not?
A movie about superpowers.
A movie about Project Power. In fact,
That's what it's called. Project Power.
Netflix. Starring Jamie Foxx. We got Jamie Foxx in there. We got that JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. We have newcomer Dominique Fishback. And we have Machine Gun Kelly, who's really cute.
Who's Machine Gun Kelly in it?
He was the Bernie drug dealer, the one that turned into fire.
Oh, he's dating what's her nuts?
Who?
What's it from Transformers and Jennifer's Body?
Oh, yeah, I love her.
What's her name?
I want to say Vivica Fox.
This
It's
is a completely different person.
God, how soon we forget. It's right on the tip of my tongue. She's got weird thumbs. She was
That's
Jennifer's
right.
Body.
Why does she
We
have
used to
weird
think she was the
thumbs?
Megan
Fox.
Fox, thank you. Oh, that's why I wanted to say Vivica Fox. We did it.
Yeah. On the count of 3, let's do loved it or hate it. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I liked it. I thought it was fine. I wasn't like blown
fine.
away, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, so this is a story about a drug that goes on the market in New Orleans, and it's a pill that when you take it, it gives you a superpower for 5 minutes, but you don't know what superpower it's going to give you. But it seems like every time you take it, it gives you that power.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is a cool idea.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. Part of the fun is waiting to see what somebody's power is going to be after they take the pill.
Yeah, and I think that's cool. I love that it takes place in New Orleans. I also love that it is primarily like a black story. It's primarily like all the it's like kind of takes place in that world and deals with those issues. And that's something that's like refreshing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, let's see this superhero story from the African American perspective, which we don't get a lot. So that was very, very refreshing. I will say my thing is I feel like they could have pushed and leaned into things more. Yes. But that goes back to with Netflix, where it's like I feel there's budgetary restrictions in the end, where you can't go as far as you can.
I did think the direction on this was fun. It was not straightforward boring. I thought it was very cool. It reminded me of like a Michael Bay-ish kind of approach. But
yeah, and I think for me that's like the most boring way to go. Where I felt like if this was done more, because it was like cops and like drug deals, I felt like it spent a little I think it didn't need to spend so much time explaining the mythos of everything, because it was very simple, but there was a lot of things like, here are these powers and this is what they do. I'm like, we get it, get to the action and the fighting. Like I wanted Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Jamie Foxx to get together and fight together way sooner, because that's when it like started getting really fun. Like there was a lot of explaining that was like, I'm not dumb, I was just talking to you about this,
like this isn't
before
rocket
the show
science,
started,
friends.
Where I was watching a German show called Dark that's on Netflix, that maybe if you watch a bit, maybe we can discuss it later, because it is sci-fi. It's pretty cool. But it doesn't spoon feed you the plot, where I feel like in Netflix, producers are like, I don't understand that and people aren't going to get it. You need to have a whole scene explaining everything. Where it's like...
Fair, yeah.
And granted, maybe there are people stupid, but I'm not stupid, so I don't need any of that.
You know what? I wonder, this begs the question, is that deliberate on the part of Netflix? Do they know that people watch Netflix while also being on their phones? And so do you need at the top to spoon feed an explanation so nobody looks up from their phone and goes, what's going on?
I am plucked.
Is it like a true
I am plucked by what you just said right
idiocracy?
now, because I feel like that could be true, and if it is true, that horrifies me, Brett.
Yeah.
I think that is why I've been watching things with subtitles more, because it forces you to like not look at another screen. I have a friend, he will not watch anything with subtitles because he refuses to watch anything without also being on his laptop and phone while doing something else. He will not be held victim. He only watches TV and movies as something in the background while he's doing something else.
Well, fuck your friend.
But I think it's just ADD.
Yeah.
I think that's the world we're in.
I choose to judge him.
Can you imagine? I think in like 20 years, the new streaming service will be, look, there's two movies playing at the same time, and kids will be able to follow them both completely fine. And we'll be the old people being like, in my days, they just played one movie at the same time. Oh.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That would be a cool thing, though, is like some sort of viewing experience where you watch two movies at the same time, but they kind of sync up.
Oh, that would be cool.
Anyway.
That used to be a thing. Actually, that used to be a thing. Like John Waters did that. Andy Warhol did that, where they would do double projections. I mean, it would be the same movie, but they would have two projections side by side, and the movie would be both projections. No one does that anymore. Anyway, that's the other thing. They said they're going to start shooting. There's some people that are just shooting movies vertically.
Oh, for phones?
Can you imagine if you had to go to a movie theater and lay on your side?
Ugh. That was the only part of Quibi that I thought was cool. Wait,
are they all responsive?
Vertical? No, it's responsive. They shoot it vertical and they shoot it horizontal, so that when you flip your phone, it's not like cropped. It's shot vertically and shot horizontally, and then you get that feed when you flip your phone.
So it literally changes camera angles? That's really cool.
It's actually really cool. Yeah.
It's a shame.
So back to Project Power.
Flopped. Anyway, Project Power, I thought it was fun, but I was hoping for more like, you know how like John Wick had
they
such
don't
like
spoon feed you
style.
stuff, John. That's the John Wick.
But not even that. Just like how John Wick had like a style. style and a flair.
Yeah. And it didn't explain.
Yes,
John Wick just gave you the truths of its world.
The movie just needed more of a visual flair, like something more. It just needed an extra oomph.
Yeah.
It was a little too by the numbers.
It did that weird like cellular cutaway every time somebody ate a pill, and then they used that animation, like those graphics for the closing credits. I was like, I understand that you're trying to use this as like the connective tissue.
Know what I would have appreciated if they just full on ripped off Sailor Moon, and like every time they ate the pill, it would be like a full like Digimon. Like,
that would be
where
amazing.
it would be like Sailor Moon, power of fire.
Oh, I love it.
Like that. Well, cool.
Speaking of the powers, that was the thing that disappointed me. Is that, spoiler alert?
Yeah.
They reveal that the powers are all connected to animals, like animal abilities. I'm like, then I can't have eye lasers. Boo.
But then, what animal has plants? Can make plants come to life?
What?
The daughter.
Plants come to life?
Yeah. What was the daughter's animal? The daughter.
The daughter healed.
Yeah, but
right?
But then
because she's not a pill person. She has powers naturally.
Okay, all right.
She's the offspring of somebody who was experimented on.
What was Jamie Foxx supposed? I mean, I guess spoilers, but was he supposed to be a lion?
No, so him and the daughter aren't bound to animal stuff. The pills are animal stuff. But
he said something. He's like, "Guess what animal I am." And then he did his power, and I was like, I don't know.
He said, "Guess what animal I am?"
Yeah, at one point. I thought he said that.
Oh, I didn't catch that. He's basically, I was like, he's Phoenix.
Okay.
Like, he was Phoenix.
Yeah. But I felt like it was more like Brett Ratner Phoenix.
Yeah, he was X-Men 3 Phoenix. He was Phoenix, and the daughter was the healer. And then we had like a Wolverine. We had a Marrow.
We had a Mr. Fantastic.
We had a Luke Cage. We had it was kind of gross.
That was gross.
It was gross. I hated that scene.
Yeah, I was going, ew.
Every time I go to Vegas, they'll always, and I go see a show, they always bring out a contortionist, and I just look down at the floor for the next 5 minutes.
Either. That Cirque du Soleil, where the little girls are coming out and wrapping their legs around their necks.
Nope.
Like, I don't need to see that.
If Mr. Fantastic was real, every time he uses powers, I'd be like, get the fuck away from me.
But you know what it is?
So
but
gross.
That's the thing, because he's like basically elastic. It wouldn't. You're not going to be afraid that something's going to snap. I think when I see the contortionist, it looks like you're waiting for suddenly a shin to
so
pop
gross.
Out of their skin.
Woo, stop! It's so gross. I hate it. I want to give you my husband's review of Project Power.
Yes.
He said, JGL's pecs look nice and juicy. And I want to know what happens if you forget to twist the pill before you take it. That was his review.
You just poop it out, and then the sewage it goes into the sewage.
Yeah, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt is
because that's when they created the pills. They're like, it needs to be like a glow stick.
It's like a glow stick.
You need to snap it first. Snap it and then swallow it.
Do you know who the drug pusher, like the guy in the beginning who was like, let me explain the whole plot to you? Do you know who that was?
Who?
That was Paolo from Nikki and Paolo from Lost.
Oh, yeah. Characters, like, I love how that was like one of the first characters murdered because fans were outraged by you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so great.
But it's fun. I'd say like it's a good romp.
Okay, check it out. Yeah,
you won't be bored. Jamie Foxx is always good. But I would say, speaking of Jamie Foxx, he was in what was that? Baby Driver. Did you see Baby Driver? Yeah. Like that's the thing is, who was that director who did Scott Pilgrim? What's his name?
I forget.
Anyway, if that director did this movie, it would have been, you know what I mean?
It would be a lot, yeah.
It needed that kind of oomph.
It did. It could have used it. It really, less Michael Bay and more Edgar Wright.
Yes, Edgar Wright. Thank you. Well, look at us. We spanned from DC to Marvel to Jamie Foxx.
Amazing.
So DC, Marvel, and Fox, we covered the gambit. And we talked about Gambit.
We sure did. And we talked about Gambit. So give us a review, all right? Say, hey, they run the gamut from DC to Jamie Foxx.
Oh, gamut. I said
and
gambit.
And they threw a little gambit.
Gamut and gambit are different words.
Oh, they are. Gamut versus Gambutt.
Yes.
All right, everyone, give us a review if you like it. Give us some stars if you like it. If you don't, may I suggest a different podcast?
Or send us a hate tweet and we'll read it on the air.
Yes, please, God. Pound us.
You remember when someone talked about how they liked Brett better than me, and then I had a full,
and then
I lost the sense of self and had a full nervous breakdown? That was fun.
And then somebody left an honest to God review that was actually, fuck Brett, Jeff's the better one. And that review, it's not fleeting like a tweet. It's on our shit permanently.
And I made my mom write that. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, we actually got a review that said this listener really enjoys when we do our dramatic readings at the top.
And then we didn't do one right
there
after
you are.
that.
You're welcome.
We're like, yeah, fuck you.
So sorry.
It's mostly because we literally...
We'll do one next week.
We just couldn't... We didn't think anything was interesting
We couldn't
enough.
think of one.
But we'll do one next week. We're going to make it super powerful and entertaining.
It'll be the best one ever.
Yeah, or we won't do it. Okay, anyway, guys, keep listening to us and keep reading comics because being gay is the best thing you can be. It's the coolest thing to be right now. Because if you read comics, well, then that makes you queer.